Good morning, my dear brothers and sisters. Jesus said to his disciples, "You must be prepared for an hour you do not expect the Son of Man will come." Jesus is reminding us to be prepared always. Maging laging handa. I am ready palagi sa ating buhay because we do not know when the hour the Lord will come to visit our life, or the hour when we will face the Lord. Nung tumama ang pandemic last March because of the COVID-19 virus that hit the whole world, all of us were not prepared. We don't expect that in our lifetime, in our generation, we will experience a pandemic. We were not prepared to handle the long lockdowns, the new normal lifestyle, the quarantine, the health protocols, etc. I think our situation today, our experience of the pandemic, put the gospel message of Jesus in today's gospel a very good reminder of the value of being prepared. Na lagi tayong maging handa sa ating buhay to be always prepared in our life journey here on earth. The pandemic situation shaken our life, our schedule, our normal routine, yung lagi nating ginagawa, and confronted us with the reality that anytime our journey on earth can end. The pandemic situation put us into reality that anytime our journey on earth can end. Jesus in the gospel reminds us of the second coming of the Son of Man, the second coming of the Lord, which indeed we do not know. But what we know is the reality of death, that life has ending, that life on earth is temporary. Soon we will face its ending. And that is what we need to prepare, my dear brothers and sisters. Are we prepared? Or can we say, I am ready? Or like the story of Jesus in our gospel today, later na lang, saka na lang, delayed pa naman yung master. And he eat, drink, and be merry, without expecting, like a thief, that the master will come anytime. One of our priests, in his homily, sabi niya, you can count your treasure, but you cannot count your time. You can count your treasure, but you cannot count your time. Yes, it's true, we can count our properties, maybe some our bank accounts, our possessions in life, but only God knows how much time we have to live in this world. Only God knows how much time we have to live in this world. We cannot count how much time we have here on earth. Only God. That's why the reminder for us in our gospel for today, if we do not know how much time we have or what time the master will visit our life, then let us spend our life in a quality life, not a quantity life. Spend your life to what is essential, to what is important according to the will of God, so that we are always prepared and welcome by the Lord in His kingdom. Look up to heaven, my dear brothers and sisters, as our mission and goal in our earthly journey, and not just looking down on earth that as if we are permanent here, holding all the possessions that we have. Spend quality life with our family, with our community, with our loved ones. Not spend quality life with too much work, investing in too much worldly things, or too much excessive in our possessions and properties that we keep on holding on in this world. Spend quality life or time with God. Have a good relationship with our God. Spend every day of our lives to what is important and precious in us, so that when the time will come, the Master will arrive, we are prepared. We have done our part. We have been a good and faithful stewards of God. That's why the second reminder for us is also to remind ourselves that we are just stewards here on earth, stewards of God's creation. Tayo ay mga katiwala lang ng Diyos dito sa mundo. Hindi tayo ang may-ari. We are stewards, caretakers of God to whatever creation He has entrusted to us, not owners. And so let us be faithful, be prudent stewards of God in this world. Let us do what God is asking us to do in our life. Let us do our mission, our vocation that God has given us. And if we know that we are just caretakers, kung alam natin na tayo ay katiwala lang ng Diyos, we do not hold on to material things as if we own it. Akin lang to, para lang sa akin ito. But if we know that we are stewards of God, katiwala ng Diyos, it opens our hearts that what we have is a gift from God. All is a grace from God. All is a blessing from God. Lahat na meron tayo ay galing sa kabutihan ng Diyos. And if we realize that everything, my dear brothers and sisters, comes from the generosity and goodness of God, then our hearts are full of gratitude, thanksgiving, pasasalamat sa kabutihan ng Diyos sa ating buhay. You know, the word thanksgiving is a two-word, thanks and giving. Thanks means pasasalamat. Every day, marunong tayong magpasalamat sa biyaya ng Diyos. And also thanksgiving is, the second word is giving. Marunong din tayong magbigay. Hindi natin pinangahawakan lang ang biyaya ng Diyos para sa atin, pero marunong tayong magbitiw at ibahagi ito sa ating kapwa-tao. The blessing that we receive is also the blessing that we share to other people. If the Lord bless our life, then let us also be a blessing to others. As Jesus said in the gospel today, at the end of the gospel today, much will be required of the person entrusted with much, and still more will be demanded of the person entrusted with more. My dear brothers and sisters, whatever blessing, graces, mission, and even possession God has entrusted us, let us do our part in becoming God's faithful and prudent servants. Our being faithful and obedient to God as His servant will lead us to share in God's kingdom in heaven. Remember this. Every morning, paggising natin sa umaga, kanina paggising natin sa umaga, have we realized that it is always a gift kung tayo gumigising ng umaga. It's the greatest gift from God in order to us to make good preparations for our earthly journey. Kada umaga, ito ay paghahanda sa ating pagharap sa pagdating ng ating Panginoon sa ating buhay. Kaya nga every morning, God is giving us another chance to change what needs to change, fix what needs to fix in our lives. And every morning is always a reminder for us to prioritize what is important, what is essential in our life as God's stewards, so that we can always welcome Him anytime in our life. Remember, we do not know if the next morning we will be given another gift from God to wake up or not. Yes, we can count our properties, our possession, but we cannot count our time on earth. That's why let's be prepared for the coming of the Lord in our life. You must be prepared for an hour you do not expect the Son of Man will come.